Hello, everyone, and welcome to another California Psychics live reading. I am your host and moderator for today's live stream, and we are joined by our top-rated, fantastic, fan favorite, Psychic Rika. How are you doing today, Rika?
Hello. I'm doing very well. Thank you very much. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had a great Thanksgiving. I hope you did the same, and same with our audience. It's kind of a busy time of year, but we're all getting through it together. But before we get started with today's live stream, I see a bunch of questions coming in, and that is what we're here for today. I do want to remind everybody that we do have our promo code going on. If you see at the bottom of our screen, you can use the code ALIVE5 to receive $5 extra on any new customer package that you purchase with us today. So if you are a new customer with us at California Psychics and you are enjoying the live stream today and you want to check out what it's like on californiapsychics.com, whenever you purchase your first package, you'll receive $5 extra. And if you're wanting to schedule a one-on-one reading with Rika, you'll be able to find out her exact schedule later on in the stream. Now, lastly, before we get started, I want to list off a few ground rules for questions. We will not be able to answer any legal or medical questions today. For medical, this includes treatments, medications, pregnancies, and anything fertility related. And for legal, this can include court cases, custody battles, and just general court decisions or even tax decisions. If you ask about another person, please make sure you include at least their first name. This will allow Rika to connect faster and more accurately answer your question today. We do also ask that you keep your questions specific so that we are mindful of time today and we are able to answer as many questions as possible. But without any further ado, those are the ground rules today. Rika, if you're ready to go, we can go ahead and start picking out a question today.
I am ready. I'm glad you're all here. Thank you for being here. People that I talked on the phone, people that I haven't, I appreciate you're here. And I'm ready to go.
Awesome. We get one here from YouTube today from Trina. Do you know if there's anything new upcoming for me in love? I finally separated from my past person, Jay, here recently in August. So is there new love coming her way, or is there maybe somehow an unexpected circle back?
Oh, unexpected circle back. I'm not surprised that Jay, I was going to say I wrote down some letters, but right before you picked it, I wrote down a 3-letter J, which I wrote Joe, but it was 3 letters. So it's J. First off, Trina, let's see here. I hear that I'm proud of you. A D-lettered name is connected to you. This could be on the other side or could be someone like a living parent and then that person coming through. But D, you can think about family, terms of family, first name, last name, or even with J. I don't think she wants to circle back. I think that this is a congratulations moment for her, honestly. And I feel that Jay has circled back many times in the course of this relationship. And she's able to to withstand the circle back. And I think the power of withstanding this circle back, because he'll probably circle back again, is that she can say no. And because of that, I feel her long-awaited dream of actually having that home she wants to have, that domestic bliss is upon her. What's crazy, yeah, I don't think exactly. And I love that emoji. Yeah, that's exactly the right emoji. Now, I feel like I want to talk about some connection you made I'm glad you're here, Trina, too. So keep responding. I love it. Some connection you made back in maybe October, into September, October, or maybe, yeah, perfect. So this is the new love. I'm feeling you've made a connection to that person in your environment already. For some reason, I think the new love has been somehow in your environment, whether you're aware of it or not, since I want to say into September, beginning of October, and into November. So January 10th, I don't know where that date's coming from, but they want me to say it. Yeah. Okay. Is that the D name? That's probably someone else. That makes me have a C or K, actually. So I'm not sure, but this is what I want to say. I think this is a person. I think this person, I think what you should start doing is praying that if he's got the qualities that you need for permanency, that they get revealed immediately or I heard January 10th. I think that when it comes to your new way of being with love, since you gave up the up and down, finally, that you're not waiting on this person to decide, you've got a decision. So I think that when you meet someone that you like, you immediately start going, okay, my job is to immediately pray that these qualities appear within him so I can know right away. Okay, great. So with Mr. M, So the other names, I think they're in the family or something. The D, you can figure that out later. Even when I want to be like Carl, Charles, Chris, whatever, I think they're just information about you. But so this is what I think. I think this is a person that you can begin a stable relationship with in the month of January, and I think it can grow. They show it growing the next 1, 2, 3 years, and the end of that 3 years, it's like a happy garden. It's a home that has like a garden, and I think that you should feel really proud of yourself. And I think you should say, that's it. I changed my love karma from complicated and difficult to, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And I also think there's another energy coming forward, another man, in case this one is not your favorite, even though I like him. I think there's another energy coming around you December 6th. Another man that you would have to choose from, and which makes me think that you, Trina, would be best to produce 3 men in your environment to choose from. So each one of them, you can find the qualities, but there's no doubt in my mind you'll have another marriage if that's what you want. I think there's a dad in heaven, like better way to say it, heaven, however you want to call it, that is helping you, or the male connection to your dad on the other side. I think that this karma that you've changed has been around you since you were like 12 years old. And I think you've transformed something deep. And I think it'll be an inspiration to your friends and family, because you'll get that love and they'll be like, what? And you'll be like, I had to make a decision for myself. And that's how I got it.
Amazing. Very, very beautiful insight, Rika. So, and we hope this resonated with you today, Trina, as well. Our next question, if you have your tarot deck ready.
It's in my hand. It's already in my hand.
I thought I heard you shuffling the cards. But I was tempted. I was like, I want to shuffle. Her question she wants to associate with this is, where do you see my relationship with Ronald going?
All right, let's do a card. Let's do it that way. But still images will flood my mind before a card because, well, that's just how it goes. The image flooding me is a wedding image. So let's see if that's just your dream or if it's a dream that comes true or what. Oh, also, before the FaceTime Live today, I did pick a card. And the card I picked was the Lover's card. And I put it around like, ooh. Okay. So the first, here we go. Somehow you got a lot. Okay. The first card that actually came up was the 3 of Swords. It was reversed. I'm not normally a reverse reader because I just think that all cards contain the shadow and the light. But the 3 of Swords. So this is a card of trauma. I mean, look, it does not looks pretty intense. And it's called sorrow. And this is usually about a 3-sided relationship or complications. It doesn't mean like someone's embroiled in something. It just means that there's always a dilemma, right? But this is also a card of healing. So to me, what's happening on both sides here, like, is that you need to really make a vow, just like the girl before us in this live, really make a vow that you are done with the suffering of love, that's not the karma, like that's not what love is for you. And I think this path for that began for you like 3 years ago for some reason, that you started changing or getting deeper into like, how do I really become happy? And I feel like that's where we're starting. And I think he probably also has trauma. But the card that comes next is the Chariot card. And that's the 7. And this is a card of get your house in order, get ready for your new beginning. So I would sacrifice the sorrow for your new beginning. Okay. And that includes getting over the fears of failure. I do think you're up against a lot of old stuff here. And I think that I think he might be too. So you really want to pray that you guys really connect on the healing aspect of you, on both of you getting over the trauma, fears of failure. This is just a fear of failure, the 7 of Stones. It's not like cemented failure. Okay, it's just a fear of failure. And what changes that is communication, the 8 of Wands, which shows that communication is coming to you soon, communication that will break up confusion, etc. So again, if you are feeling traumatized from the past or sorrow or like this is never going to work or I'm never going to get what I want or fears of failure, you must learn to control your mind. You must learn to control your reactions and your experience in order to reroute things that are difficult into more positive. And the way to do that, your affirmations would be, I put my house in order, I get ready for my new beginning, and communication solves everything. So I would deeply pray to communicate with Ronald on the deepest heart level possible. The end result to me is a wedding for you guys, anywhere from 2 years to 2.5 years, if you can understand this guidance. And yes, I feel like her mind is asking, well, does he like me? Even though I just said all that, right? That you can have a marriage. Yeah, that would mean he likes you and that you guys like each other. And the obstacles are not about whether we like each other or about love, but more about what we come with and our notions and our beliefs on love. So get your house in order, get ready for a new beginning, look forward to communication coming soon. I'll just make it a prediction too then for you. Let's just say 1 month from today or less. I'm actually tempted to go like 2 weeks, like December 12th. You and Ronald have communicated in such a profound way that you are aware of what I'm saying and that you can have that future I talk about. Go back and listen to this. You know what time it is on the Facebook Live, in the reading. Go back, pull it back up, look at it, and decide that you're able to handle that prediction, that you're able to handle receiving a prediction, that you can have a breakthrough communication. You don't just wait and see and go, where is it in the stars? Understand that you have that capacity. Okay.
Amazing. And now that we are about 15-ish minutes through our live stream today, I want to remind everybody that the best way to reach Psychic Rika today is on CaliforniaPsychics.com. If you use the code LIVE5 and you are a new customer with us, you can get $5 extra to use when you get a one-on-one reading with Rika today. But for those who want to hear you say it, on CaliforniaPsychics.com, when is the best time to reach you, Rika? And what are your regular hours, and when's the next time you're going to be online?
My regular hours are Monday through Thursday from noon to 6 Pacific time. Mondays, I'll usually work till 7. And this week, for example, because I'm taking an hour off for this live, I'll put an extra hour into Wednesday at 11 a.m. But my average schedule, noon to 6, Monday through Thursday with 1 extra hour. I will be on immediately after this for 3 more hours this afternoon. Oh, and I will be on vacation starting December the 14th and then through Christmas Day, just FYI.
Amazing. Well, we wish you have a holiday, an amazing holiday whenever that comes up this upcoming December. But for those who want to reach Rika before then, you can also click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. It'll pull up Psychic Rika's profile, as well as the ability to hop on the queue, give her a call right away, or even send her an offline message, which is just like a little DM on social media.
Yeah, so you can send me the DM, the offline message. You can also send a note asking me to get on to chat. Like, I'm not always able to get on the phone when on my days off, but I could get on a chat maybe. So just FYI. No for questions. You guys know that by now. But notes are for things like, hey, would you mind getting on to chat? Or if I got in your queue, would you get online? And I can, those are what notes are for.
Amazing.
Of course, the notes that said Happy Thanksgiving to me, I appreciate it.
Another question coming up from Susan.
Amazing.
This is
amazing. It's amazing that you just got her. You have no idea. Susan is powerful, people. And so is Lewis. Lewis is her deceased lover, who, the way I met Susan, just everyone needs to know this story. I met her through a Facebook Live. I mentioned unfortunately a suicide and a gun suicide. And I think I said the name. I don't know what I said. We have to go back. But she called and she said she knew who I was talking about. And this Lewis, her high school love, her ever love, her love forever and ever, got her through. And it's a miracle because I don't know, Susan and Lewis have a special connection. So what Lewis is saying to Susan today, it's so crazy. What he wants to show me is like a hat today. So she'll have to report to me later. Or maybe she's able to type right now. I don't know. Honey, this is so weird. So this could either been like something you were wearing recently or something that's a memory, but it's like a hat. I almost want to make it a yellow hat. Like it just seems like one of those hats that would put a flower. So I don't know if it's a sun hat or what, or there's a yellow color. So there's a hat in yellow connected to you. He says that you should stop and smell the roses or the flowers. So there's something about some flower thing he wants you to smell the roses and to look at. And also too, like, I don't know what this means exactly for you, but it's this idea of like, don't fear it when you think that, don't fear, like, don't fear. Like sometimes we can feel our loved ones and some ones we can't. It's not because of them, put it that way. Okay. because they always are working to get through and have us here and listen and connect. There you go. Okay. She heard it. She heard something. She feels better. Write him a letter, Susan. Write him a letter. Maybe you already did. But Lewis just wants to hug her and kiss her and thank her.
All right.
I think he wants to describe what she's wearing or what she wore, like over Thanksgiving kind of thing.
All right. Our next question is going to be.
Oh, that makes me so happy.
Coming from Mirna, who is, hello, Rika. How do you see my relationship with Jesus going?
Okay, let's find out. Maybe it is a big card day today because I picked another card. They're just in my hands. Maybe it's just the holiday energy wanting to be in my hands. I picked out a 9 of discs, 9 of discs. I love this card because it's like the ship is coming in. It means that this relationship has the potential to kind of give you all the things, like security in a broad sense, not just like temporary security or security that's here today, gone tomorrow, but full security. Now, I feel like with the situation with Jesus, for some reason, I feel like Myrna might be like, well, what about, this other person in his life from the past, or, this mother of children or something. There's a lot of energy about children and mothers. So either that's something they're trying to give the future of for you, or they want to talk about some past relationship. I really think you need to just keep the faith, because it's like 30 more days in my mind, and you're going to know that you can have Jesus permanently. I also hear an A name connected to you guys. It could be Anna, Anthony, Andre, any kind of letter of A. So how do I see it going? I see it going very well. I think you need 1 more month to know that. I think he's going to get over his insecurities. I think he really loves you. And I think that you guys are going to be able to have, be boyfriend, girlfriend, deep into the future. And I just don't want you to worry about like his past loves. Like that is the only thing, but I feel like it's more from your side of it. Like, I just feel like you're going to have to trust him. If we're going to ask a question about how it's going to go, you're going to have to trust him. But 9 of discs, very good, prosperous card.
All right.
You win in the end. You get it all.
Our next one, I see a follow-up from Susan, by the way, who wanted to just pass on this nice message from Susan as well. Our next question is going to be.
Thank you. I told Lewis today that he'd have to make that miracle happen for her.
All right. Our next one is going to be from Misha. Will Misha and Brandon get married this upcoming year and have anything else to do with the relationship? I'm not sure if we're not able to answer necessarily the second part, but.
Right. We can give an aura, perhaps. Yeah. You'll have to take it. You'll have to say, watch that show, Married with Children, to answer the rest. Okay, love and marriage. Okay, the answer is yes, you are going to get married. The dates in my mind are, I got July through August. There's a little tinge of April, but I feel like somehow more end of summer. But I do have to say there's some tinges of April and May. I think that you would have already had that conversation about kids. Maybe you already know what he wants. And I think you should take the things you've talked about and think about what can happen after marriage. Obviously, Carson, anyway, you can hear between the lines. Okay. Great. I'm glad you can. And let's see what else I can say about it though. Why do I think, I don't know why, but I just thought about teaching like kindergarten, but that could be another clue. Okay. About future. Let's see here. What I'm supposed to say is I'm supposed to tell Misha that whatever happened 2.5 years ago in your life was not a mistake, that it led you to here, or I want you to go 2.5 years ago, and I want you to really pray to look at your mistakes as blessings in disguise. And that's like all I'm getting here as far as like whatever, this tag we have here with California Psychics, the joy of certainty, right? Like it's really a beautiful way of talking about it. Like, how can you get certainty from predictions? Because people always like, well, predictions fluctuate, they go up and down. Like, I don't believe that. Like, I don't believe that. I believe that we can count on the future. I believe if we look at what happens in the world, there are things we can count on. And so I think that the first step is to really accept the certainty. And if you've been told before, or if you told yourself, or you do your own readings or whatever, the answer is yes, right? The answer is yes. And something with his dad is really important here. Something with his dad's line is really encouraging for this outcome. There's no doubt in my mind that Brandon wants to marry you and wants you to be, you know, without telling you, mother of something. I think Carson will come back in a second. So take the joy of certainty. And when you hear a prediction that says yes, 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 like that, you have to bring it home to your own self. Like, you can't stay in the land of wondering when you get this kind of thing, right? And if you really want certainty, then you want to really say, I need that prediction to come true, so you can have that faith after. But you have to allow a prediction to be true before it happens. Okay, but this is just validation for her. I know it.
All right. And sorry about that little mishap on my part, but we are looking at.
I think I want to talk about it. We do that.
We have one from. I'm looking for one from Nikki. That's who I was looking for. I'm trying to communicate with my husband, Ricky. Anything at all would help as much more than you would know.
For sure. There are two things that come to mind right away. So let me just take a note so I don't forget. But right before Carson picked this question, what I wanted to say is, God, I really want to talk about December, like December 22nd, like either a birthday or a day of passing, like around Christmas. Like, I wanted to talk about Christmas. So it could even be right after, right? General vicinity, right? And I really want to go there. So first off, that applies to you, Nikki. I feel like I want to repeat it right now. I do think it was about what was coming. I wanted to talk about it. Also, a letter of W. Okay, so that could be connected to your family or to Ricky's, which is important. The other thing he showed me was like a pendant of sorts. So either it's a necklace that you have like something of his on, either something he gave you necklace or the ring on, or, you know, ashes or something, but he's definitely putting something over your head. He also says like the kids are crazy. So I don't, you know, I hope that means, you know, that maybe there's children here that he wants to talk about. The kids are crazy. He makes me want to be in the kitchen with you and like look out at the backyard, which of course it's winter time here, fall. But, you know, would he go out there and pick it up? Is that where the kids' stuff is? Like, he obviously making me say kids. Clearly, you know, I just have to keep going because it's not a two-way communication here. And mediumship, I really am in the middle, right? Like, I'm not making this up. You are. He says to organize. You've been organizing everything. I don't know if you recently organized the entire house so we can see over that. It makes you think about the organizers that, okay, so cats could be the children. Those cats are crazy, but same kind of phonetic, you know, instead of cats, kids. Okay, so those kids, maybe lots of them, they're crazy. Okay, you keep seeing them in your dreams with a baby, honey, or just in general, you see him visually. Okay, so yeah, he's very present. Also, organizing. Like, it made me think about those long, like rectangle things, and we organize everything. They might even be those baskets that have fabric in them. Okay, but he's definitely showing me things of organizational tools. So, what's in the backyard? Is that, or what on the back porch, or right outside the kitchen window? Is there a place where all the cats like toys are, or they're climbing things? Because he keeps leading me. You clean nonstop and you rescue cats. Okay, so I think we're just going to accept the fact when I said those kids are crazy, I think he means the cats. Okay, because there's so many and you're kind of really verifying that. Is there an M cat? M. He also talks about some color red. I don't know if you redid something in the bedroom, if you got a new color or took a color away. But I feel like something new has been done in the bedroom. So what about that? Why do you think he went to December 22nd or December 16th? Like, is that a birthday in the family? Is that one of the kitty cat's birthday? Is that a day of passing, even if it belongs to like a parent? And also the W, since you're here. But one thing is for sure is he says, I'm supposed to call it like an angel energy, but like, instead of him being the angel, he says, you're the angel. And he says, you're his angel. And that whenever you play music, and you play with these cats, like you're the angel for him. Does that make sense? I sure hope it does. He also shows me the car. a vehicle. So it makes me wonder, either he loved his car, something happened in his car, or, he's always with you in the car. But I just don't want you to worry about me. He says, I'm very alive and you know it. He loves it. You love all these cats. Maybe the backyard, the cats roam back there, but maybe you're going to get a bigger space for these cats. Maybe you're going to be able to do more with these cats than you know.
All right.
Also, one last thing, that he showed me another imprint. So again, he wanted to put something over your neck, which made me, it could be mini collars, right, for cats, but I feel like there's something hanging on it. So it's, oh, wow. Yeah. We lived in the car together. And he writes, okay, I want to picture it, because look, I'm pretty convinced these dead people would like to actually do our dishes. Well, at least my dead people want to do my dishes. I know they do. So if they can write on your window, they could do my dishes. You know what I'm saying? I love this stuff. Honey, I know your last name is P, but is there another P? Because you just made me want to say another P name. I see your thing. It says Nikki Pelt, so I can see that. I'm not on the Facebook Live. I can just see that, what he posted. Well, not P for photos. It would be P for a name or something. But I mean, what I really want, Nikki, is to understand what he's putting around your neck. So either he's talking about you just got a new kitty cat with a new collar or something dangling, or there's something you wear other than his clothes. I mean, I guess it could be a hoodie. It could be a shirt. You said you wore his clothes, but I thought it was a dangling thing off of a chain. Do you have an old ID badge of his? Any of that? Okay. Also, music is really beautiful. So I think the car thing really was something that you could just immediately, and the cats, I think really those cats are crazy is what he was saying. And I'm going to handle that's really what he was communicating. Also the washer dryer. Okay. His dog tags. Okay. That's fine. That's a chain with hanging, and you've got that. Do you carry them around? Do you wear them, or you just hold on to them? I feel like those might be in a box. Also the washer dryer. He wants about the washer dryer. So either we need a new one, it got fixed, something happened since he died with the washer dryer he wants to talk about, and something got redone in the bedroom. All right. Well, I'm so glad you got through, Nikki. I'm so appreciative, especially that he gave us some things you could connect to in this medium.
Yes, we hope this resonated with you, Nikki. Just to let you know, and everybody else on the live know as well, the only way you can contact Rika is through CaliforniaPsychics.com. There are no Facebook or YouTube profiles of Psychic Rika. No. If anybody does reach out with using Psychic Rika, that is not Psychic Rika. It is an impersonator. So just want to forewarn everybody. The only way you can reach Psychic Rika, and now that we are about the halfway point, I will mention it anyway, is through CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can click the link in the description, and it will pull up Psychic Rika's profile once again on our website, and you will be able to book an appointment, hop right into the call queue, hop into a chat, or send an offline message to Rika, which she can answer for a quick question whenever she gets a moment. But Rika, for those who just want to hear you say it, because you have a very beautiful energy around you right now, when's the next time you're going to be online, and what's your regular schedule looking like? So for those who want to contact you.
As soon as this is over, I'll get off 5 minutes early, actually, so I can get right back on at 4 o'clock California time, 4 to 7. So 3 more hours this evening after this lovely Facebook Live. And then tomorrow from 12 to 6, Wednesday this week, 11 to 6, Thursday, 12 to 6. And my regular schedule is Monday through Thursday from noon until 6, except for Mondays. I work till 7 on Facebook Live months, which is once a month. I do an extra hour on Wednesday, but this is the last Facebook Live of the year because I'll be out of town next one.
Okay. So, all right. Our next question will be coming up.
I feel so goofy. I feel there's a goofy energy, but it could be the ecstatic, the good energy of Nikki, right? Being so happy.
All right. One from Jess coming up. Hope we did have a great Thanksgiving. I personally did, and hearing from Rika, I think she did too. Quick question. Is Jess supposed to be going on an upcoming trip to Mexico with Matt at the end of January, or should she stay behind? It has been really weighing on me, and any insight would be appreciated very much. Thank you.
Okay, very clear question. So obviously it's already arranged and she just can't make up her mind to go or not. Let's see what's up. Let's take a big exhale. We're going to clear our minds out. One of my methods I use is the word of listen. I exhale your breath because we really hold our breath when we do that. It's hard to hear. And then I think of the word listen, and that will clear you out of thoughts and me out of thoughts. Okay, so she honestly, can you lighten up? Hard answer. This is really what I want to say. Go, lighten up and go. Immediately what I thought, she doesn't want to go because it's so, Jay can be, Matt, it's Matt. Matt, it can be a hassle. I feel it's annoying. It's an annoying thing. Like not just the annoyance of whether I should go or not, but more like this idea, like, are you expecting Matt not to be Matt? Is that what you're hoping? Is that Matt's not going to be Matt, the same Matt? Are you afraid of it being complicated because he's complicated and it's just going to be stressful? That's really what I get. Like, I get like she should go and lighten up. But the reason why she's indecisive is because like, it just sounds super stressful, which means that if this is romance, which it could be, right? It's not a quick question. We think it's a quick question. My answer is yes. The quick question is yes. Underneath that quick question is all the other debris. That would mean that if this is a romance, we have no faith in Matt. That's what this means to me. If this is a romance, there's no faith that Matt actually can deliver what you want to deliver, which means either he actually can't because you've been watching that, or you've limited his mind and your mind is not able to break free of the control that would allow a different aspect of Matt to be seen with you. And this is true. Like well, that's even better. So the annoyance is more than the father is it about the daughter's dad? Then is that what I think you're annoyed at as far as a man goes? Is that why do you think that would be? Like you don't want to leave it with the dad or something? Would that be why I was thinking that there was a man that you were so annoyed with? But this is your daughter, huh? Well, I don't know. That's a hard question. This is a kid. That makes me even go, am I even allowed to answer that? Because it's a child. Now you got me in a different position. But I still think there was other information about that guy. So who do we not have faith in? I wonder if I'm picking up on daughter's dad. Can you answer that, Jess, if you're able to hear that? Okay, let me see this daughter. Gosh, it changes my whole reading for you. That's a hard question. So I said, go and lighten up. That's really hard when it's about a kid. You and Matt are together. But is the daughter Matt's or the daughter someone else? That's my question that I was asking you because I was getting so much annoyance with a man. Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You're not annoyed at Matt? You don't lack faith. What do you think I'm picking up on? Is it just that you're just afraid that I'm picking up on something that is like annoying you. Is it present tense? Because to me, like, then we'll just go with the first answer. So the annoyance would just be that the kid's not allowed. Well, I feel like I'll go with my initial answer, which is yes, but this is your child and you have to make your own decision in the end, especially when it comes to kids. I just can't override your own intuition when it comes to children. So I guess you should start searching out who's going to watch them. Okay. She asked, yes, I think that I do think your daughter will be okay. Okay. I do. Maybe the annoyance is that it's a couples only trip, because I'm picking up on something that is like making me want to roll my eyes at Matt. Okay. We leave her behind with. Right. So is there other options? So whatever that is, that's what I'm picking up on the beginning. Right. But I also heard, yes, lighten up. You have no faith in something. It's fine that it's these people. It's fine that I, directed it towards Matt, but it's directed somewhere else just because of the limited kind of information here and what I think you're asking. But like, I feel like then if that's the case, you either find new people. Yes, I think your daughter will be safe. But again, this comes down to a kid and intuition. I feel like those are the same kind of questions as medicine or pregnancies, right? Do you agree with that, Carson? I don't know. Like, I feel like a dilemma telling you what you should do with your child.
Yes, absolutely. At the end of the day, doing or trusting your gut and doing the best for your child is going to come first and foremost. And yes, so
the people
exactly
that we left, if they're connected to Matt's family, like the parents or some man or something else like that, like, even if it's your own dad or mom, but I think then if you're worried about the people you're leaving behind, then if this was me and it's a kid, and the only reason why I'm taking this question this level is because it's a child, and I feel like mother's intuition is mother's intuition, and that dominates everything. And I just think that if that were my case, and I was afraid to go on a couples trip because I didn't want to leave my kid with certain people, I would find different people to leave my kid with who I trusted, and I would go enjoy the trip. And if I'm not capable of that, well, then that's that. And that you, Matt, and the kid go together and find a new trip. Okay, thank you so much for that. I appreciate that.
We do hope this resonates with you, Jess. I think
seeing
that does pick up on that. I see one next from Lucia. This is more of a general question, but I do want to see if you can maybe get to the bottom of this mystery. Lucia is saying every morning she happens to find pennies and dimes in her kitchen. Do you happen to know if there might be a hidden meaning behind this?
Yes. Just the other day, I look over and I'm like, where the heck did you come from? My dime. Now, I have one granddad that the way I ask him to communicate with me is through money. I usually prefer $10 bills over dimes. And I've had periods in my life where I found lots of money on the ground. I think that I'm not a generalist. You've heard me talk about it. I'm not really going to talk about rainbows and butterflies and things like that unless they're totally true for you. But when it comes to dimes, that's the one place, dimes and feathers, like pennies, dimes, and feathers. There's the one place that I would say that I will go along with the general consensus that these are definitely messages. In your particular case, it reminds me of an abuela. It reminds me of a grandmother, it reminds me of the female line. I think the female line above your dad. And I even could go auntie. So I think there are 3 women that surround you, take care of you, make sure you're protected, all these things. And I think they are dropping that for you to let you know everything's okay. In particular today, which if Lucia is actually able to respond right now, that would be great, but maybe she will later. In particular today, for some reason, I feel like I'm getting the message from these ladies to tell you that we're forgetting about a bill. Like we're forgetting about a bill, either like a card change that you paid it on, or it was late and you've forgotten about it. So I think they're dropping you these dimes to remind you of some of the stuff going on, probably because it's a very busy life. Also, a nurse's energy is connected to you either by you living or the dead. And these are all things of like, keep going. Also too, like I feel prosperity for you in business. I think that you're getting lots of messages from heaven. I think pennies from heaven is a real thing. And I think you're getting a big breakthrough and a benefit. There must be a promotion coming. That's what I think. Amazing. But they're making contact with you. They're able to make pennies appear. Like they're going to wash my dishes someday. I just know it.
All right. We hope this message resonates with you, Lucia. But we are about to switch over to our tarot section. So we do have about 15-ish minutes left to answer questions today. And we want to be able to answer as many possible questions as we can. So we are going to be switching over to our tarot section so we can answer a little bit quicker for those last 15 minutes. But while we wait for those questions to fill in, whether you want a love card, a career card, or just a general card, the best way you can reach Psychic Rita for your general questions today. And if you want to kind of follow up on any answers that have been answered today by Rika, you could go to CaliforniaPsychics.com. Click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now, and you'll pull up Psychic Rika's page on California Psychics, as well as the ability to hop right into the queue, or schedule a phone call, or even send an offline message, which is just like sending a message on social media, except that it's through our website, and the only people who will be able to see it are Rika and you. It's not live like this live stream, and I won't be here to moderate it at all. So Rika, for the people who want to hear you say it because you know how to place it just the right way, when's the next time that you are going to be online on CaliforniaPsychics.com? And what's your regular schedule looking like?
I'm going to be on immediately after this at 4 o'clock California time till 7 this evening. Tomorrow, Tuesday, I'll work from 12 to 6, Wednesday this week from 11 to 6, and Thursday from 12 to 6. My schedule is Monday through Thursday from 12 to 6 with 1 extra hour on a Monday. And I only take 2 vacations a year, so you pretty much can count on me always being here. My last one was June. My next one is December. I'm pretty much like that. I really don't take any time off. On my days off, though, which are Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you can OM me. You can send me a note asking if I could get online or chat with you, etc. Sometimes I randomly get online on the weekend, but it's really, I have to really be pulled.
All right. And again, if you missed any of that, all that information is on Psychic Rika's profile on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can click the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. But our question first is from Dasha on YouTube for a love question on Jay.
I already had picked it before, so let's see what it is. 9 of Cups. I said this is the card for the next person, for Dasha, obviously, on Jay. The 9 of Cups is happiness, fulfillment, love. Remember the 9 of Stones was your ship is coming in. 9s are pretty, solid cards, even in the Swords or the Wands. They're cards that we can overcome things with, right? Like the Wands is like if you have the power, like if you know what you want, you can have it. The Stones, 9 was like your ship is coming in. The Swords one is getting over cruelty and getting beyond, past pain in order to get what you want. Like you can have it, like change the stories. This is the 9 of Cups. So like, honestly, right now, this holds all the potential. I would say that this potential is you guys would mirror each other. The 2 of Cups, for example, like what you put out, that person's going to mirror back to you. But this one should be a stage that the 2 of you can marry it. I'm going to go ahead and place this as a potential marriage energy between the 2 of you, a potential long-term relationship, like moving in together, sharing a mortgage, maybe sharing cars, things like that. Also, too, like this guy has a lot, or Jay has a lot of really strong energy of success and the ability to accomplish. And so I think that if you really connect to that energy of Jay, like Jay's happy and fulfillment, business, life, career, and with you, that you guys really mutually kind of invest and really kind of taking responsibility for, like, no matter what, Jay will be number one. And maybe Jay can be like, no matter what, Dasha will be number one. Like this ability to really extend the will of fulfillment beyond just the love circle, but into, what makes us be able to live on earth, to me, is what gets you guys more and more connected. But honestly, there's music between the 2 of you. It reminds me of those 70s compilation music CDs, like with the sunsets and love and the fireplace, or those old kind of love, like Barry White.
All right. Our next one is going to be one from Allison. She's actually asking for one with requesting for her daughter, a love card which for her daughter's relationship, Olivia and Logan.
What a great mom you are. First off, let's thank you very much for being such an awesome mom that you will get a love reading for your daughter. I love it. All mothers love their daughter dramas. I mean, as long as they're like simple and sweet, right? I don't know, but good job. Let's find out. Olivia and Logan. Okay. Olivia and Logan, huh? Let's see. Okay. Well, looks pretty bright. The first card is the Princess of Cups. I'm going to make this Olivia. And this one suggests that, like, the old fears are not here anymore, that this is a love relationship that in order to enjoy, you're going to have to let go of your past fears, hangups, insecurities, whatever happened to you. Like, let's say the past relationship, the person was like, whatever, you have to let that go. Like no projection. Maybe that's the way to say it. Like, this is not the love relationship to project from the past. This is a relationship to enjoy it, to practice trusting, to feel good about love, to enjoy the building of the relationship, to enjoy the process that it takes to build long-term relationship. The next card is the Knight of Discs. I'm going to make this his energy, which is solid, earth-like. Usually the Knight of Discs can go for like professional people, like doctors, lawyers, people that have like maybe a leadership kind of role, which is very much, more than a doctor or a lawyer. So, but just people that are at the top of their game, or are going to be leaders or own their own businesses, things like that. So I feel like, again, like if this person has an ambition to be solid on, earthly ways, the more that Olivia can really use her perception to, connect to that aspect of him and not mistrust that, that his love can be solid is really what she needs to do. And then we get the Queen of Wands, same stuff. Again, energy, like burn the fire of the past. The Queen can burn the past fire. The passion does not just have to flame out. You don't just have to let the fire die. There can be water, which is here. So maybe they have passion, but you need the water, the fluidity. So I think that's a note for her not to get too up and down in the moment, like not too reactive. Logan should be talking to her very soon, by the way. Logan also sometimes may kind of like space out for a few days. The next card is the Aeon card, which I remember when I was younger seeing this card. It always made me think that I was going to get my mate because it's like a past life connection, like a reincarnation energy, like, things from the past are here. So I think that these guys have a karmic relationship. I actually feel good about it, Allison, even if they're having trouble, even if her drama is like Logan, didn't call me the right way or this or that, like it'll all come to pass. Like he's building security on earth and she's part of that. I actually feel really good about this situation. So I think that they're going to be together. If it's reconnection, then just give it a couple of weeks and let's have your daughter encourage her to really perceive things from where things are today, not from the past.
All right. Our next one is for Stephanie, who is asking for a general card. And actually, right before we get to that, I do want to remind everybody that if you are wanting to continue the live reading experience after the live reading today, it will no longer be free, but it will be on CaliforniaPsychics.com. You can reach Rika by clicking the link in the description of the live stream you're watching right now. It'll pull up her profile, as well as the ability to send her a message or hop right into the phone call queue. And she will be online right after this, if I'm correct, right, Rika?
Yep, immediately. I'll get off 5 minutes early. It's enough time to get my water and get back in queue.
All right. Well, got a little notification there, but all right. Our next question is for Stephanie, who is asking for a general card, please.
Okay. So I did pick it. The first card that came up is the 5 of Discs, which is worry. So it's telling me that there is worry right now over things that of security. Things of security are the earth, like roots, foundations, money, living, even relationships could be considered security, honestly. But this card is also saying, don't worry. So this card is saying it's just temporary. Like you can use the moment of adversity. So for example, let's say there is stress about money. One thing I did to change that worry at a time when I had that stress was I started every bill I paid, I started making a note like, oh, thank you so much for letting me pay this 22, now 100 times this amount, or $2,622, comes my way. So kind of just like in the moment of worry itself, that's when you want to train your mind to go, okay, I'm going to turn the worry in a different way. And what came up after that was the 4 of Wands, which is completion. So it also makes me know that like a cycle is ending for you and that a new cycle is beginning. And so that also can promote worry, right? To not be afraid of changes. Change is the thing that is constant in our world. If we can rise the changes, we really can have our victory. And to me, when you really accept that like something is changing in your life in regards to security, new communication comes to you, which is the 8 of Wands, and a new pathway unfolds. And that pathway is the 8 of Cups, which would be not just physical love, right, but also love of work and things like that. I think this person's in the middle of a great change in your life, Stephanie, and I think you should transform that worry into completion and new beginnings and get over any insecurities you have of the past, like, oh, I'm a failure, or like, I never was good at this, or no, this always sucks for me. Like any of that language coming up, like it's your time to really change that.
All right. One next for Krista, who is asking for a general card, please.
Hello. Okay. Let's see. There's so much travel energy around Krista. And I don't think just for the holidays, like I think in general, like travel like across oceans. So just FYI, let's see what this card says. I guess this might be the last one. Okay. You also, even though I shuffled those a few times, got the 4 of Wands. In other decks, the Four of Wands could be called perfection. It might even be called like don't rest on your laurels. Yeah, I'm reading a little bit of a different aspect of this card with this reading because it's a different person. So I feel like, this is not the time to rest on your laurels. This is the time to get like reinvigorated and get recommitted to like some sort of dream, passion, something that makes you happy, encourages you. The two came up, which is the Priestess. So there was so much travel energy with you and also even entrepreneurship. I think this is your time to kind of like re-envision who you are, like give yourself a new vision and really one that's connected to who you are as a female. What kind of woman are you wanting to give to the world? Who are you? What kind of female are you? So we know what your place in the world is. You do look executive, like a leader. I do think people would follow you. I think that people will listen to what you have to say. So I want you to use your feminine power. Like one affirmation that's really good with it is, I am safe with I am powerful. I'm safe with my power, and I use my power for divine things. And to say that, and then a cup card comes up, like a beloved. I think you're about to attract. I think you're about to bring a closure to up and down love, and you're about to bring in like permanent love. The Prince and the King of Cups is like the epitome of like up and down love. Up and down love is that love that's here and then it goes and it's here, then it's gone. And it's people, it's usually a person that doesn't know how to be responsible for their feelings. So I feel that either someone from the past is going to come forward and finally take responsibility for how they feel, and it will be clear as the night is day, or you finally, are changing a pattern where you're going to bring in someone that is constant. I guess we have to go. Oh, you're muted, Carson.
I had something going on in the background, but I do want to remind everybody one final time. Rika, can you remind everybody when is the next time that you are going to be online? I know it's going to be here in a few minutes, but just for those who want to hear you say it, and when your regular schedule is looking like for those who want to connect with you possibly later this week.
I will be back online in 5 minutes or 6 maximum. And I'll be here tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday from 12 to 6 with an extra hour on Wednesday morning at 11. And in general, my schedule is always Monday through Thursday from 12 to 6, 1 extra hour and 7, 1 extra hour on Monday till 7. And it's a schedule year round, really. I just take 2 vacations a year. Gosh, you guys, this was so great. I'm so glad that for what was read today and what went on. Remember that even if your name wasn't called, these readings should resonate with all of you because we're in a general forum. So please make them apply to a situation in your current life. And I can't wait to talk to you guys on the phone, and I'll probably see you in January.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time, Rika.
Okay.
We will be back next week with Psychic Delphine. And so for those who did not get your question answered today, we will have Tarot Thursday on our Instagram at 10 a.m. PT, where you can contact Psychic Marin and answer any Tarot related questions. Again, on our Instagram at 10 a.m. PT. And we will also be returning next week with Psychic Delphine with another live reading at the same exact time. Thank you, everybody, for joining us today. And a huge thank you again to Rika for joining us. If you want to reach Rika, you can reach her on CaliforniaPsychics.com only. No Facebook accounts with Psychic Rika are made right now, and there will never be. So if you see somebody using the name Psychic Rika, that is not Rika. You can only reach her on CaliforniaPsychics.com. Click the link in the description and you will be able to pull up her profile as well as hop in the queue if you want to connect with her right away. She is online right now on California Psychics. Thank you, everybody, again for joining us. And until next week, bye-bye.